Hello, is it audible now? Is it audible now? Sindhu, is it audible? Okay. See, in the previous class, we have started with discussing with the methods. See, this method and a function, the main difference between this method and a function is how you are going to call. Writing the method, it is same as the function, starting with the keyword def followed by the name and the parameters, colon, then the body you are going to write. The calling the function is directly the function name. Calling the method or invoking the method is just with the object dot function name. Object dot function name. That is what the procedure. And in the yesterday's class, we discussed the initialization method. This init method, it is used for initializing the class attribute. And one more, str. Str, this is the new method what you have seen. This str method, it will when will it will be called is, it is called whenever you print the object inside the print function. Inside the print function, if you directly pass the object like the time object, student object, employee object, any object, if you pass, this str will automatically be called. Whatever you write inside that, that it is going to print. In my case, if I print the object attribute I am going to print. in some specific format. Since this is a time, it is colon separated, three values I'm going to print, hour, minute, seconds. It is not only you have to print this, you can print any other custom messages, but this you no need to manually you have to call it. Whenever you call this print of object, whenever you pass, directly the control will go to inside this. If you don't write inside the Python library, they have already written this str method. Directly it will print the address of this object. If you write in your program this method, it is going to override that function, and the library str function is not called. Whatever you write in your program, that str will be called, and whatever you write inside that, that it is going to be implemented. That is how this str method, it is when we use this is, it is just to print the string representation of an object. If you don't want the object address, if you want the attribute should be print, then you can use this. In your, you can what, it, the syntax is underscore underscore str underscore underscore inside the bracket self. This is the syntax. See, the operator overloading what I discussed yesterday is, just the normal addition you have to do, plus just the normal addition you have to do, you can give the two operands, you will get the result. But I want the two objects should be added or subtracted, or some other operation. I want to do the less than, greater than operations. So many operations I have to do. In that case, I am going to overload that operator. For that, what they have given is, in the Python they have supported, for each operator, they have already given you the inbuilt functions. You have to just to override that. If you don't use this, the normal operations plus operations, it is going to do normal addition, integer addition operations. If you write this function for plus, you have to write underscore underscore add underscore underscore. For minus, subtract, two underscore subtract minus. For multiplication, mul. For single slash true division, floor division, modulus operation, power operation. That is for comparison operators, less than, greater than, lesser than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equals, not equals. In the same way, see, assignment operators are there. You have seen this assignment operators. For all these functions, they have already given you the inbuilt functions. You have to write the body of this function. This methods, this body, whatever you write, then this operator, if you use in between any objects, it will work for the objects. These are the methods which is supported in the Python. But for your syllabus in the textbook, what they have discussed only about the add operator. They have given you the example for the add. Whenever you call two objects, the two or time objects are there, hours and minutes you have given. For duration, hours and minutes, two objects are there. You want to add them and you want to print. In that case, this plus, if you write this function, means def two underscore add two underscore self and other, the directly the control from this line, it will come to this. The compiler will enter this. Whatever you write inside this, it is going to implement it. What we have done is, the two values you are going to take, convert that time into an integer format, convert the time into the integer format. See, the first value will become a self, the second value will become a others. The self dot, the current object, you have to write the member of method you have to write, that you have seen in the previous example, and also have shared that program. It converts the time into int. This is not an inbuilt function. You have to write the body of this function. In the same way, time to int, then it will give you in terms of seconds. Then you are going to add, then final seconds, you have to convert once again into the time format. Then you will get it in terms of hours, minutes, and seconds. That if you give it to the print, you are going to give one time object. The return type of this into to time is time object, which contains all those three parameters. Whenever you pass the object to the print, what it is going to do, it will call the str method. That str, it is going to print in some specific format. This is what operator overloading. For that, the example what I have shared yesterday in the chat, the same example you can see, refer. In the same way, if you want to overload any other operators, see there are so many other operators are available. As for assignment operators, unary operators for normal, negation, inversion, positive. For these things where you want to use there and all, you can use this. The next is the type-based dispatch. What is this type-based dispatch is? I will demonstrate this. See, I'm going to create one class called time. Then I'll create one more class called student. I've created two class which is empty. That is why I have written the keyword called pass, which indicates that it is empty. Then I'll create the object of the time class. Time1 is the object of the class called time. I'll create the student object. Now I have two objects, time1 and student1. In the programming, if I want to check, as of now, I can directly see that it is an time1 is an object of time, student1 is an object of class called student. But programmatically, if I want to check, there is a function called instance of. This instance of first parameter will be the object, second parameter will be the class. Whether this time1 is an object of the class called time. If you want to check, it will return true. If you check for other case, whether student1, whether it is an object of time, false. It is just a true or false. It is going to just check whether that the class of that object, whether it is same for the second parameter. That is what this is in is instance. Where we are going to use is based on this instance, a particular class methods will be called. Assume that there are two classes are there. Inside the first class one, there is a method called add. In the class 2, there is a method called add. The class 1 method you have to call, or class method 2 you have to call, just based on the objects, then you can directly call it. You can directly call it. See, here how we have used. Why the 17 CS73 is so urgent to send present where you want to go? I don't know. He's already sending the attendance. Please message when I mention it. Who is that 17 CS73? Okay. Then see here, there is a two functions, add underscore time and increment. See which function have to call. I'll call based on checking the instance. If the first parameter what I pass, see this is a function called add. I'll add the two objects. One is this one, start, another one is duration. When I call start plus duration, what will happen is the start will come to self, the duration will come to others. This this duration, whether is an object of the time, it will check. If it is an object, then it will call self dot add time. This it is going to call. If it is a second value, if it is not an object, one more case is there where the second value is just a normal integer. If the second value is normal integer, then this condition is not satisfied. Some value start plus duration. Instead of that start plus duration, I will write start plus some number 1000 seconds. In that case, what will happen is that 1000 it will not match with this time. In that case, self dot increment. In these cases, we can use this. This instance is going to return true or false. That is what type object type based dispatch. You are going to dispatch means you are going to give the control to the other methods. Type based dispatch means you have to write the example of is instance. Is instance means whether this object is an instance of particular class. Other, whether it is an instance of time. Other is an instance of time. You can read like this. And the last topic in this chapter is this polymorphism. We know what is this polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. A single name, a function name is same, but the signature is different. Signature is nothing but in the brackets the number of parameters may be 2. Assume that there is a function called add. One function add with 2 parameters, other function add with 3 parameters. That way the signature but different signatures, that we call it as an polymorphism. Same function name, you will write 10 functions, but in the parameters the signature is different. In the brackets the number of parameters, the type of the parameters, it is going to be different. One may be integer, one may be float, 3 integer, 3 float, or the locations. That is why we use the word called signature. The signature is different, function name is same. What we have to demonstrate is whether the Python supports the polymorphism. Answer is yes, the Python supports polymorphism. For that, we have so many examples. Assume that this, to get the count, you have seen this, you can recall this function. What is this function? Which will give you the occurrence of the word. This function, it will work for, if you pass the list, it will work. If you pass the tuples, it will work. If you pass the dictionaries, it will work. If they are hashable means if they have an address of for each values, then this function, what I have written, it will work for all the 3 cases. Just by seeing this, it may not be straightforward to understand. With this example, the time object. See, 3 objects are there, T1, T2, T3. See this sum function. Some function, what it is going to do is it is going to add the values, array values, whatever you pass inside that. But here, the same inbuilt function, I'm passing the 3 time objects. I'm just passing 3 time objects. In that case also, this sum, it is not only working for integers, even when you pass the objects, it is working. Then what they have done in the background is the same function name, but there is a different signatures for this. One more, see this length function. The length function, say this, whenever I pass the length, it will give you 5 because it will count the characters. But the same way, see this, print length of 10, 20, 30. How many that I have given here? It is in the big brackets. Big brackets is nothing but it is a list. It's a list. I have given the list inside the length function. I have given the list inside the length function. Then I am checking the count. The same length is working for strings. The same length is working for tuples. Sorry, lists. Then this function in the background in the Python, it has many forms. Means so many body of the function they have written, and it is going to understand whether this values which is being passed, whether it is a list, whether it is a string or not. This demonstrates that this Python which supports polymorphism. This length works for tuples, it works for lists, it works for strings. This is how you can say that this Python will support the polymorphism. The same way, see here, See, I've written the function called add of x comma y comma z. Both all the values are initialized to 0. Why I have done like this? Just I would have written def add x comma y comma z closing brackets. I would have written like this. But instead of that, why I have written like this? I don't know how many values I'm going to pass. In that case, I have directly initialized it to 0 here. See, print of add of 2 comma 3. If I pass 2 comma 3 to this, it will give you 5 because 2 plus 3 by default you have initialized to 0 here. Directly z will become 0 and it is going to give you 5. Next case 2 plus 3 plus 4, it will directly pass to this 2 3 4, you will get 9, that it is going to print. See this add function, polymorphism feature. Same function, it is working for 2 values, the same function working for 3 values. One more, see, I have taken 2 classes now. I have taken 2 classes. In 2 classes, 3 functions are there. One is India, another one is USA. And both the classes have three functions. The function names are same. I'll create the object of the 2 classes. Then country in 2 objects. Inside that, this variable dot capital dot language dot type. See which one it should call. Now see, there are 2 classes, same function names. How it is going to do the in operator will work? How the in operator will work? It will give you one by one object. It will give you the first object, that is the object of the India, and then it will call capital, language and type. Then it will call the object of USA, then it will call object of USA dot capital dot language dot type. See this. Three first values will be print. The next 3 values it is going to print. See, 2 different classes, same functions. How we are going to call? Just with the object name. This is how it supports the polymorphism, and this program I have already shared with you the same thing. And that is all which is there in this 4th module. That will be the last topic. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. And today is the last day to submit the assignment. I have previously given the last date was Sunday, but there was a request from the student side. We have other assignments. That is why I have extended another 3 days. By end of the day, please send all your assignments. And if you have any doubts in this, you can ask now. From next class, I will start the module 5. The assignment 2 will be you are going to write the programs of module 4 and module 5. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand in this particular topic. No doubts? Let's see what they have asked in the question paper. The time. Same polymorphism. See, by default, which function have to call? For that, in the Python, they have given this support. See, how just they want to replica with the other programming languages, the main functions we are going to call. The same way they have written one main function. This function I want to call first. How I can mention directly if I mention, instead of that, they are just mentioned with like this. It will call you the main functions. From here, everything the dispatch will happen. Just they want to demonstrate it from main, you have to start. Is it clear? See, get prepared for the tests and also exams. Anytime the test may happen once the college starts, we don't know the rules, how they are going to frame, whether all the tests in a single week, 3 tests, 3 days. It can happen anytime. You cannot say any reasons at that moment. That is why please prepare for all the syllabus before once we go for the exams. They are going to, we have to do the test and the lab exams. They may give some concession in the lab, but for the internals and for the exams, there will be no concession. That is why you may have to write all the 3 tests with no gap. For that reason, you have to prepare from now itself. The day before the test, if you try to prepare all the 5 modules, 100% it is not possible. And even if you say any other reasons also, it will not be accepted. For that reason, I am saying, please practice, target the complex, difficult subjects, and then get prepared now itself. Prepare your own notes. And that is what I can say. If you waste your time now, if you not properly utilize for this academic purpose now, you will pay for it afterwards. The next month, it will be a tight schedule. Once they starts, it 100% it will be a tight schedule. Until that time, you have plenty of your time. Before you come for the college, you should be ready for at least 4 modules. Leave the fifth one, at least 4 modules you have to be ready. Just once you come back to the college, you should be ready to attend the test. And exams are, and also the exam schedule also, you cannot expect any gaps. I think this time you cannot expect 2 days, 3 days gaps. You remember that 2 days, 3 days gap, you cannot expect. The schedule will be totally different. That is why you have to prepare from now itself. Maybe one day, by chance, for one subject, you may get 2 days, or else a 1 day gap will be there for your exams, because they cannot give you. If they give you more days now, the next semester will be get delayed. That is why they cannot give you gap in between the subjects. That is why you will not get any time during the test or during the exams. The time will be very limited. That is why you prepare from now itself. You have to just do the revision at that during the test or during the exam. If you have any doubts, you can contact us, send the assignment by end of the day, and you can send your name followed by present, not the USN. That will be taken as an attendance. Just send your name followed by present. If you face any problem in executing the programs in the Spider or any other editor, you can send the snapshot what error you are going to get. I will give the solution. You can send the snapshot in the WhatsApp. I will correct it there itself. But without executing the program in the editors, don't just learn. Just by reading, you cannot learn this subject. And for the after you seeing all the programs in the question paper, you might have understood how they are going to ask in the exams. Some own program they will ask. You should be ready to write that program. Not 100%. The logic should be very near. We may expect the logic, the syntax first. The syntax should be 100%. The logic should be very near. In that case, we'll give almost 80 to 90% of the marks in the exams. For you, if you want to go to that stage, means at least you should write the program syntax correct. How you will write syntactically, how you can write is when you run the program, whenever you type the program, then only it is possible. See, many of them will add at the end. Once they have marked the attendance, they will add. See, the count has become 52 was there, 29 minutes. The last 2 minutes, two of them have added. Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow with the new module, module 5.